And welcome back live here to the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. It's game number 2 of our Saturday slate of the SL24, the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. Nick Allison journey alongside Declan Landis and a phenomenal crew here at the Fieldhouse for a great weekend of basketball. And how about this one? Getting started early. We've got the Kennett Blue Demons taking on the Archmere Hawks. A little Pennsylvania versus Delaware action in game number 2. Declan, going to be a fun one. And it was the Blue Demons who got off to a 2-0 quick early lead. They'll have the rebound here off the Archmere miss.
Yeah, we've got back-to-back action here at the Fieldhouse, going straight into game number 2 after seeing Smyrna take down Howard in game number 1, and that was a good one as well, but just a full slate of games here, and this is set to be a great one.
That's right. We are rocking and rolling right into game number 2 here on the SL24. As we'll see now, Coach John McMenamin here and the Kennett Blue Demons. You saw the pants when you walked in. That's how you knew Coach McMenamin was in the building. As the Blue Demons making the trip down from Kennett, and the Archmere Hawks making the trip over from Wilmington. Now we'll have a whistle and a foul here to get things started. Declan, our officials for this one. The lead man, Ed Aiken, longtime official. Christian Heister, and then Teddy Jackson. Again, Mr. Aiken, a longtime friend of my grandfather, who was a longtime official. Great to see him here again today, as this 3 is in off the mark, off the inbound. And the rebound here to the Archmere Hawks, Declan, but going to be a fun one. Archmere's a team that we know pretty well here in Delaware.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 15 in the state right now, as you see that floater bounce off the back iron and in. But they've got a lot. They're within striking distance of the top in the state, and they've got an opportunity to prove it here in Kennett, who's also a formidable opponent out of the state of Pennsylvania. It's nice to see this tournament cross state lines as well this year.
Right.
So they've got a foul underneath the basket on a good, strong take underneath. But it is going to be quite the battle here, and Archmere looking to make a statement to the rest of the 302 as we approach the end of the basketball season.
Archmere led, of course, by head coach Dan Pisani, well known here in the state of Delaware. Archmere coming off a few of their best years here coming into this season. A little bit of a struggle for the Hawks so far, but still putting together a pretty solid year. 6-8 coming in are the Hawks, as that free throw is good for Lockie Frazier. And another one on the way for Frazier, around and out. And again, a 3-2 lead for the Blue Demons over the Hawks as we get this one underway at the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. And of course, we're here for a cause that is bigger than basketball. The bank open here early in the first. That shot banked home by Anaya Munjin. And Archmere gets the lead here 4-3.
Yeah, just a great shot. Contested jumper, a long 2. Goes in. You'd like to see Archmere build up that confidence if you're an Hawks fan early, and try and put a win in the win column here.
There's the captain, Quinn Simmons. That one got away from her as she got down the lane. Out of bounds, ball possession to the Hawks here with 6:01 to go in the first. But it's been a fantastic first 4 games of the 7th annual SL24. 3 fantastic games last night. 2 boys, 1 girls in St. Elizabeth's and the Archmere boys, followed by St. Mark's and Padua girls, and then it was taken us home by St. Mark's and the DMA boys. Tough shot, and able to knock it down. Contested 4-3, Bridget Malloy. And Bridget having a phenomenal year for the Hawks.
And great defense on the perimeter, but Bridget was able to just put up a shot as there's a steal on the other end.
Munjin on her way up, she'll get fouled, and the defense turning into offense, and some free throws coming up for number 2 in black, and the Hawks here with a 7-3 lead. It'll be Anaya Munjin heading to the free throw line. As now we'll have a pause for a moment to tell everybody how they can donate to such a great cause. We're here in game number 2 of our Saturday. A large slate of games left here at the SL24. So first and foremost, if you're in the area, make sure you stop by, buy a ticket, and come on in and check out some fantastic basketball. But if you're unable to get here, unable to make your donation that way, you can go ahead and scan that QR code on your screen or right there. You can visit unlockthelight.com/donate and text Classic7 to 53555. So again, there are many ways that you can donate. You can text, you can scan that code, you can go right to the website. As Munjin able to knock down the free throw, 1 of 2, and now an 8-3 lead for the Hawks over the Blue Demons.
So many reasons to give to this organization. I can name 33,000 plus. That's how many people through the door of Sean's house have received help. 138 active crises saved by the team at Unlock the Light. It's so important. If you can give, please do. As Barnett said in our first game, Barnett Harris said, if you can't give money, give your time.
That's right.
And even if you can't give your time, reach out to the people you love. Let them know that you love them. It's just so important that we're able to celebrate Sean's memory by, you know, trying to destigmatize mental health as much as we can through the game that he loved so much.
You're absolutely right, Declan. And again, a nice slate of games the rest of the way. Malloy going to pull up inside the free throw line. No good offensive rebound to the Aux. Second chance won't go. How about a third? And some free throws coming up for Rita Hartman, the senior, after she was crashing the boards offensively. And now she'll head to the free throw line for a pair of free throws.
It was a great pass to get that first shot, but then the relentlessness of Archmere to stay on the boards, get those rebounds, and force the foul from Kennett as she missed the first free throw. But that's going to be big for Archmere. We mentioned it. They need wins down this stretch. They need to prove to the rest of the state that they're here and they're here to contend. And this is going to be a big way to do it. If they can push the pace early, keep their foot on the gas, and get out to a big lead here in the first quarter.
How about that? Knocks down another free throw. So 2 of 4 on the last 4 for Archmere from the line. And they now lead 9-3. So a great start, as Declan mentioned, for the Aux here. I like this one, the Aux versus the Blue Demons. I like the mascot pairing here as they get it into the corner. Here's Frazier, drives, kicks, going to lead to an open 3 for Quinn Simmons. Couldn't hit it, and now the long rebound has the Aux quickly the other direction. Malloy off the dribble, pull up, too strong. Offensive rebound here for the Aux. And tracked down by Maddie Benson.
And Archmere pushing the pace early. That's what they need to do. Keep Kennett uncomfortable on the defensive end.
And again, as we mentioned, this is a phenomenal day of basketball with some phenomenal teams, programs. But we are here, you know, for Sean Locke and for all those, as we have a nice pass inside. Couldn't get finished off by Emily Mayo, but we are here again for all those that are trying to help spread mental health awareness, those that might be struggling with mental health. Again, so much has been created here at the SL24 in honor of Sean, and as somebody that, you know, Declan and I know and love very much. And again, just to see all that has come out of what happened with Sean, and just a phenomenal entity is the SL24, and we're just thrilled to be back here able to broadcast some great basketball for an even better cause.
Absolutely.
Again, both of these teams excited, you know, to play in this tournament. Of course, now in its 7th year, everybody knows about the SL24 basketball tournament now. Always a highlight. I know you talked about it. We have it circled on our calendars each and every year as we have a turnover.
It's just, it's so important, you know, to have a day where everybody can come together and share, you know, not only the game that we love, right? You know, basketball is such an incredible sport and offers so many incredible opportunities. It gives these high school athletes a platform, but at the same time, you know, we're able to have these important conversations that, you know, we don't take, at least for me personally, I don't take a lot of my time out of my day to do. And it's so important that we can circle this on our calendar and have this as an opportunity not only to remember the incredible human that Sean was, not only athlete, but person, as we get a timeout here from Kennett. The incredible athlete, the incredible person he was, but the incredible work that SL24 and Unlock the Light has done in his honor. You know, they were, not to mention just Sean's house, the opportunities that, you know, it gives for people in the community to go get the help that they need. As we mentioned, 33,000 people through the door, but 70,000 plus people educated by SL24 programs, building rooms in high schools, and then, like Barnett mentioned, having conversations with college programs who brought in their own teams and really started to care about their athletes. It's just the amount of change that this organization's been able to do in 7 years is astronomical.
It is remarkable. I mean, what a job Mr. Locke has done, and just the family cat company. I mean, just incredible. And here we are the way in year 7 as we have the inbound foul free throws coming up for Maddie Benson. As Coach Pisani going to Benson there on the inbound. She draws the contact and a chance to add on to this lead with 3:38 to go here in the first quarter.
And just the strength that everybody's shown in this process is unbelievable. The fact that, you know, it was such a dark time initially, you know, and the fact that so much good has come out of it, it's truly remarkable. And you know, it's astonishing how this has been able to shape up in the year since.
I remember back in year number 1 when we brought out the signs and put out the number there 7 years ago. Again, seems almost like yesterday.
It does. Yeah, I can remember being, putting up my light at that
exactly
first
right,
game.
the first time, right?
Yeah. There just was nothing like being able to look around and seeing everybody here and present in that moment.
It was such a for the first time, it was, as you mentioned, a monumental moment here, and everybody raising their light. And I just remember that environment, for the first time was just so chilling. As that drive off the window, it's open again. A nice job there, driving and finishing on the baseline for Ellie Harper.
And a good answer by Kennett as well. They were struggling to find points as that was a short shot. Good defense there by the Blue Demons. But the answer, that's what they needed as we come to the end of this first quarter. Battling back, that's what you like to see out of teams.
Archmere doubling up Kennett here early, 10-5, as they try to feed it down onto the block. Good entry defense by the Archmere Ox. It's going to lead to a tie-up, and the possession arrow going to stay with the Blue Demons. But again, if you're looking for ways to donate, we're going to tell you here throughout the broadcast. You're going to hear it throughout the day. And again, it's unlockthelight.com/donate, givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. You can check out all the phenomenal auction items. We'll get to that here in a little while. Or you can text Classic 7 to 53555 to donate. And of course, my method of choice, scan that QR code on your screen right there. And that'll take you where you need to be, as we have a whistle on the far side. It's going to stay with the Archmere Ox.
And we mentioned the resources that Unlock the Light provides. It wouldn't be possible without these donations, without the money that comes in. And you'll hear throughout the day what incredible opportunities this organization offers to students, to people in the community. And it wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you to everybody tuning in, everybody that's coming into the building or planning to come into the building. We've got games all day. Last one tips off, we hope, at 8 o'clock, I believe.
That's right. Scheduled for 8. That's a good one, right? Sally's in Sanford.
Hey, as a Sal's alum, I'm excited.
We've got some good ones throughout the day, but remember, scan that QR code on your screen. That's the easiest way to donate, easiest way to score is get the ball to this captain in the corner. Quinn Simmons knocks down the triple on the far side of the floor.
And Kennett's starting to find their rhythm, especially in the half-court set. It's like we talked about in the previous game. Passing up good opportunities for great ones. Finding the captain open in the corner, like you said, and that shot was pure. Beautiful play by Kennett.
Knocked out of bounds, going to stay with the Ox here. 1:44 ticker left in the opening quarter. In a back and forth 10-8 game so far between the Blue Demons and the Ox. And again, don't go anywhere the rest of the day. 4 fantastic more matchups to round out day 2 of the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic here at the Chase Fieldhouse. What a steal that time for Sarah Mullen. And Mungin, though, able to take it right back. So some defense from both teams there in the last few seconds.
And it's impressive how Archmere's been able to battle today so far. I mean, they've gone through a 6-game losing streak already this season, but they still have that fight. They know how important these games are down the stretch, and you can see it. This one means something to them.
Malloy there lost it for a second. And talking to Coach Pisani, had a lot of great things to say about Bridget Malloy, one of their captains. She averages 16.5 points per game, 11 rebounds, 2.5 assists and steals, plus 2 blocks. I mean, every category, she's got the team lead. As that one inside is finished off by Lockie Frazier, her second field goal, and she's been effective down to the post.
Yeah, don't look now. It's a tied ball game.
For the moment, Malloy wants to change that. Can on the long 3. Mungin, though, going to hustle down the rebound. And now a second chance. She's going to put it right up for 3. Short rebound into the hands, that time of Mackenzie Kelly. And then Simmons brings it across half court into a whistle and a foul against the Oaks.
Archmere getting opportunities, but Kennett has been able to force shots that maybe aren't super favorable. Getting contests, which is huge. They've been able to play within their game, and now they're starting to catch up on the offensive end. That was a big part of the last few minutes for the Blue Demons.
See Coach Pisani there on the Archmere bench. He's looking for his team to get a stop here. We're tied at 10, first quarter winding down. Simmons hands off to Harper. She'll make the pass into the corner. Harper gets it back, will let a 3 fly off the mark, rebound battled for. It's going to be hauled in by the Blue Demons, and going right up with it and drawing the foul is Mackenzie Kelly. So Kelly now will head to the free throw line for Kennett. And again, courtesy of her work on the offensive glass. So 2 free throws coming up for Mackenzie Kelly. As the Blue Demons now looking for their first lead of the ball game. Unable to get the shooter's roll on that one, but another one coming up for Kelly. 23.4 remaining here in the opening quarter. And again, we're going to have a special guest coming up here in quarter number 2. A little tease for you in the biz there, Declan.
Hey, well done. Real professional.
Well, thank you. We've got a very professional crew here all weekend long. Happy to be a part of it. Is that Kelly free throw no good? Tipped around, rebound to Bridget Malloy. As we're going to be joined by Ava Cressard, the Pier 24 lead, who's been with Sean's house since 2023. She will be joining us in quarter number 2.
A lot of great guests throughout the day.
It is. We're very fortunate to speak.
Yeah, if you can't come in, stay tuned to the broadcast because you're going to be able to learn a lot and watch some great basketball. As you can see, the entry pass leading to a foul and an opportunity at the line to break the tie.
Free throw off the mark. That time for Archmere. That one. It's Elizabeth DeLuca, the sophomore for the Hawks. Chance now to give Archmere the lead back here with the second. Too strong rebound to the Blue Demons, and Mara Keitch, who's looking for somewhere to go, gets it over to Frazier. Frazier going to put it on the floor right to the basket. How about the left hand for Lakeith Frazier? Got downhill and able to finish. And that's going to take us, Malloy at the buzzer. Off the mark, that takes us to the end of the first. And what a fun first quarter it was between Archmere and Kennett, the Blue Demons and the Hawks. Back and forth we went. And it was a 12-10 game as we head to the second in favor of the Blue Demons. We'll be right back with the 7th annual SL24.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Who will he grow up to be? Well, that depends on all of us. That's why, along with our groundbreaking medical care, Nemours Children's Health supports programs that address issues like food insecurity and the resources essential to learning. It's all part of creating a healthier future for all children. So, he can grow up to be whoever he wants to be. Nemours Children's Health, well beyond medicine.
The 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by BPG Sports, High Five Hospitality and Buffalo Wild Wings, iHeartRadio, Kevin and Marion Healy, and Mark and Pat Siegel.
And welcome back courtside here to the SL24 Basketball Classic in honor of Sean Locke. We're here at the home of the Delaware Blue Coats here in Wilmington, Delaware at the Chase Fieldhouse. Nick Allison journey alongside Declan Landis. And now we are joined by our special guest as that three is up and through. I believe Bridget Malloy able to knock down the triple. That gives Archmere the lead 13-12. But now we'll take it to our guest, Ava Cressard. Ava, we appreciate you joining Declan and I here courtside at the SL24. And Ava, Pier 24 lead. You've been with Sean's house since 2023.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you taking the time to join us. How's everything been for you here this weekend?
It's good. It's good. Yeah, I've been working a little bit at the house while over the winter break, and now being here, it's great to volunteer and help out. It's great.
It has been a fun night of basketball last night, and now we're rolling that right into a great day of basketball here today. A great game in our first one, and now a 13-12 close matchup here in the second quarter. But you've been with Sean's house since 2023. What made you want to get involved with Sean's house, back then a few years ago? And we'll see what it's blossomed into now.
Yeah, well, I was a freshman and having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to the University of Delaware, and my mom actually sent me a link to go visit Sean's house. I was never really open about my mental health struggles or anything like that before, and Sean's house just gave me that support system to talk about it and feel comfortable discussing everything that I've been through. So it just felt right to want to help out, want to volunteer there.
That's very impressive. Again, moms always know best, right? They got the links. They know where to lead you in the right direction. So again, absolutely did lead you in the right direction to Sean's house, and I'm sure everybody is very happy that you did that. And now involving your time, we really appreciate you, and I know the SL24, does as well. So how has been there or being here the last few years maybe inspired you to to pursue a career in that mental health field?
Yeah, so I came in as a freshman of psychology. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with that. Then I started volunteering at Sean's house, and I was able to talk to my peers and be able to help them and give them the resources they needed, and that kind of led me to want to become a psychologist, and I've been applying to grad schools for that now, and I really don't know.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know if I would have went that route without being able to work and be a part of Sean's house.
That is an incredible story. Is Munjin able to have the inbound? She's going to drive too strong. Another offensive rebound here for Archmere, as Malloy will take it back up top and maybe reset things, but we're thrilled to have you here. Courtside, this is your first time being on a basketball broadcast by chance?
It is, yes, it is.
As we have a whistle and a foul, some free throws coming up for the Archmere Hawks. So how's it feel? You got the headset on here, sitting courtside. You a basketball fan? Yes, right?
Yes, of course.
Today you are.
Oh, obviously,
That's
yes.
right. Again, this is a day bigger than basketball, but
Yes,
of
yes.
course, great to have you here. Watching some high-quality basketball and being able to talk with us here about it here,
this is so cool.
courtside. Yeah, talk a little bit about, even not being a big basketball fan, but just being here for the tournament, the community, seeing all the different businesses help out, sponsors, and just the people coming out, dedicating their time, their money, and all stuff. Just such a great cause. It just shows you that there is so much good out there as well.
It is. Seeing everyone come out, it's incredible. I'm not from Delaware, but seeing the community, seeing everyone that comes out here, it makes me want to be.
Exactly. There you go, right? That's the goal, and that's how the SL24 has done such a great job. That feeling right there that Ava just had for us, just goes to show you how they've made everybody feel comfortable and have done so much here through the last 7 years. We have a turnover here on the far side. Trapped in the corner was Emily Mayo. And now ball back to the Blue Demons here with 5:47 to go in the half. 13-12, Hawks in front of the Blue Demons.
You can see just good defense from Kennett in the corner there, forcing the turnover. Now the Blue Demons with an opportunity to take the lead.
So, Ava, where were you from then, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Philly.
Philly, there
Yeah,
you go.
so not
Making a
too
small
far.
trip down, right?
Yeah.
A short trip down here. So you being from Philly, I'm assuming you're an Eagles fan.
I
I'm 0 for
am,
2.
yes.
Declan with the Giants, and then Barnett I
Oh.
forgot was the Steelers. So I'm 0 for 2
Oh.
in asking about the Eagles. And I said it because we got a Jalen Carter signed jersey at the auction right now. So again, you can head over to the auction. You can check out all of the over 80 auction items, a bunch of different themes there. GiveButter.com/SL24 Classic 7. There's number 98 on your screen. Jalen Carter. We've got a signed jersey. Who knows? Maybe in a week or two, he's the Super Bowl MVP. You never know. We have a few sacks, maybe return a touchdown, fall one in the end zone. But what a season the young man has had out of Georgia. And you can get a piece of his memorabilia right here, again, signed Jalen Carter jersey. And not only that, Ava, I know you probably had your eyes on some of the trips there. Antigua 7-night stay. Declan and I have mentioned that ad nauseum here today. And another couple of other fantastic trips. 8 elite island vacation packages from around the Caribbean. Very exotic there. And of course, Delaware High School packages, prom, swag bags, you name it. Capers and Layman's gift basket, $500 Platinum Dining Group gift card. It goes on and on. You can check out all of that at GiveButter.com/SL24 Classic 7. Foul's going to put Munjin on the free throw line here for Archmere, as we have had a lower scoring second quarter than the one we opened up with. And Munjin now at the free throw line. She's got 3 points, a chance to add to her total. Around and out. And again, Abe, I'm sure if you were here last year, we're now in year number 7. So last year we raised over $600,000. And Declan, of course, telling us earlier, that's been now over $2.2 million since its inception, 7 years ago.
That's incredible.
Unbelievable. And you think about it, so since we raised over 600,000 last year, we've been saying we got to get back over that number this year, right? We have to.
Of
We can't
course.
ruin the trend. We've gone up every year. As Munjan able to split a pair from the free throw line gives Archmere a 1-bucket lead as we're halfway through quarter number 2. But we got to get over that number. Again, ways to donate. You have the QR on your screen, but unlockthelight.com/donate. Get over there and then help us get to that goal here today.
And I know we talked about it a little bit, but there's some great merch as well. You know, whether you're at the
Good call,
table here,
Declan. Yep.
if you're on the website as well, it's another good way to donate.
And
We talked
again,
about the crew necks that we both have.
Ava's wearing one right now on camera here courtside. Check it out. Yeah, I'm showing the camera that crew neck.
I was going to say.
There you go.
Green
Sean
with the blue
Sounds.
lettering.
Munjan Euro stepping up and hung on the rim and rolls in.
Great finish, a great aggressive take as well. The confidence is rising for the Hawks, and they take a lead.
I'll tell you, that Sean House crew neck, the comfiest crew neck I now
is
own.
so
Isn't it right?
comfortable.
I gave a whole speech on the last broadcast about how comfy it was. That shot misses inside, rebound, and a strong one to Bridget Malloy. Yep, I will hopefully break that out a little while later. Nice pass up ahead, finding a teammate, Elizabeth DeLuca, able to finish it off, the sophomore, with 2.
Yeah, fantastic vision. There hasn't been a lot of pace in this game, but keeping the eyes up and seeing somebody behind the defense, catching them napping, that's going to be big for Archmere. And like we talked about it, this is a scrappy team. They're able to pick points from their opponent. That's big.
Blue Demons trying to find some rhythm offensively. Kick to the corner. That 3 is up off the mark for Ariana Peterson. Second chance leads to a 3 in the other corner, this time for Ellie Harper, and that one won't fall either. Another rebound for Bridget Malloy. Malloy going to put it right on the floor. Driving, kicking, 3 is up short. And Lakai Frazier with a strong rebound, has to get rid of it, and does into the hands of the captain in Quinn Simmons. So under 2:45 to go here in the first half. 18-12 lead for Archmere. And as Declan mentioned, they got out to that early start and have not looked back here in half number 1. So Ava, tell us a little bit about the rest of your day here today. We've got a nice slate of games here for the rest of the way. Last game starting at 8 o'clock. I know you'll be floating around as we have a timeout on the floor, you know, doing all kinds of volunteer work, etc. What have you been up to here today, and what are you going to be doing here the rest of Saturday?
Yeah, I just got here at 12. I immediately headed to the merch table.
That's right. What do we got? What's new, right?
Yeah. I got a new sweatshirt, and I had to get something for my mom.
That's
she
right.
wanted
You
it.
have to. She sent you the link that started it.
And then I'm floating around a little bit. I was on tickets and wristbands.
Nice.
And just floating around, seeing it all.
There it is.
Talk to everyone.
We had a great crowd yesterday. I mean, I think bigger than what we saw last year on that early entry Friday, and another great crowd to start here. I mean, we were up early, 10:24 special start time in honor of Sean. Got the 24 pin in here for him. Again, all for Sean, and wearing that number 24. You see all the jerseys or the warm-ups the teams are wearing on your screen. 24 in honor of Sean Locke. And again, it's some fantastic matchups here the rest of the way at the Chase Fieldhouse. And again, this place is going to pack up here as the day progresses. So make sure you're able to get your tickets. Come on over and check out some great basketball. Again, no other place in the state where you're going to find this here today, and find a tournament this special probably nowhere else in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only the level of basketball that you be able to see, but what you're participating in. You know, that's the most important thing. We mentioned it earlier. Thousands of lives saved because of this foundation and the work that they've been able to do. So if you can, please donate your time, please donate your money, buy some merch, whatever you'd like to do. As we're about to reset play here.
Munjan got a hand on it. We'll do it again. Take 2 coming up here with 2:44. But Declan mentioned it. There's tons of ways you can make your impact. You can donate as we have a backcourt violation. Good defense by the Archmere Hawks as Munjan, a little pest out there, causing some havoc for the Blue Demons. Again, you can donate your money. You can get tickets. You can come check out the action yourself. You can head over to that phenomenal auction page at givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. Again, there are over 80 auction items as Munjan with a nice feed underneath. Benson couldn't finish it. And Frazier with another big rebound for Kennett. But over, again, vacation packages, I mean, you name it, it's there for you. Nice feed inside, shot blocked. How about the recovery defensively underneath? Elizabeth DeLuca sends it out of bounds.
Just great defense. And I mean, we've talked about what Archmere's been able to do on offense, but you see that, the conversation there, the help defense, and then closing out on what should have been an easy shot attempt. That's why the Hawks have taken this lead.
Frazier gets it back off the inbound. They'll work it around the perimeter. Here's Simmons. Driving, gets it back to the center, to Bianca Comanda. Now to the other side to Frazier, and Lockie Frazier staying hot this time. Going to extend her range and knock down the triple.
And Kennett hasn't really had many clean opportunities. There was one right there, and they took advantage. That was great offense from the Blue Demons.
Quick pace here. Mungeon misses. Offensive rebound to Benson. Shot rejected, though, underneath by Sarah Mullen. Racing to the basket with the left. Too strong. Rebound to Comanda. And then a tie-up. We'll see which way the arrow goes. It'll stay with Kennett. Some subs here for both teams with 1:37 to go. But Ava, talk a little bit about, what this tournament has been like for you, obviously just the last few years, and just how much have you seen everything grow here in the foundation, Sean's house, the SL24 basketball, just everything's just since you've been there in that short amount of time.
Yeah, going into the house, you see a lot of people come in who don't really know about Sean or his story.
Yeah, that's right. We're at that point now, right? Years down the road.
Yeah, now just within the few years I've been there, it's grown so much. So many more people know about it. When I'm there giving the talks and things like that, people have been like, oh, I've been here before. Oh, I know about that. Oh, I'm coming to the tournament this weekend. So it's really great to see just how many people are now aware of what we're doing there and what our mission is, and everyone coming out here. I've been telling my friends to come on out, things like that, and they all know about it, which is really, really important.
That's right. I mean, Declan mentioned it earlier, and I mean, it's something when you're in the world of high school sports here in the state of Delaware, you hear about all the time. Is SL24 is coming up, February 1st. Here it is, just around the corner. Something that, of course, we enjoy being at each and every year, and I'm sure everyone else does that is able to come out to it does as well, Declan.
And we talked a little bit with Allie about it, but could you give us your perspective on how important it is to have peer support when you go, as somebody that, as you shared, went to Sean's house in the time that you were struggling? How important was it for you to see, other people that were in college had gone through similar struggles for you when you were going through what you went through?
Yeah, it was really important to me, especially being at a new school and just not knowing anyone and feeling so alone. Having a support system you can turn to, having people that have been through the same situations or very similar situations as your own. It's nice to know that you're not alone, that other people are going through the same thing, and that they're there to help you.
Again, just the stigma of it has changed so much in just the last, 7 years. I mean, you go back to when I was in high school, and me and Sean were in high school together in 2012 and 2013, and then in college in 2016, 2017, and that was stuff that you just didn't hear about back then at all. It was just not a topic of discussion, for whatever reason, because it was tough, people didn't want to talk about it, and now just to see, again, not only the work that the SL24 has done in the state, across the country, it's just made it a national topic of discussion where it needed to be. And just so glad to see the strides that they have made as Malloy can't finish inside. And 20 seconds and ticking here as we wind down half number 1 of game 2 on our Saturday at the SL24. What a first half it's been. 18-15, Archmere out in front. A chance to tie it here or break into the deficit. 5 seconds for the Blue Demons. Trying to get it inside, deflected. And at the buzzer, no shot off, and Archmere going to take an 18-15 lead into the locker room here in game 2 of our Saturday slate as the Hawks leading the Blue Demons by 3. Ava, we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you
and
so much
again,
for
check out that merch, Sean's house. You can get those right over there in the alleyway before you head in here to the court to see the hardwood. So again, thank you, Ava. We really appreciate you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to take a break here at the half, everyone. A 3-point lead, 18-15. A great game between the Blue Demons and the Hawks. We're going to come back with second half action live from the Chase Fieldhouse. It's the 7th annual SL24.
Partnerships built on relationships. That's our motto at CBM Insurance, and those words guide everything we do. We provide the best possible service experience because our focus is on the relationship first. When you join CBM, you join a team. A team with an average of 20 years in the insurance industry, long-standing relationships with our carrier partners, and deep roots in our community. We stand ready to be your trusted partner and insurance advisor.
It's brutal. So slow.
Good thing we brought Jersey Mike's. Is that Danny DeVito?
Don't worry about me. This is a commercial for Jersey Mike's. And at Jersey Mike's, the subs matter most. Freshly sliced right in front of you. That's what matters here. Almost forgot. I found your ball.
It's a rock.
Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
I have a son who passed away July 2017, and for a long time I knew he had mental health issues. But for a mom, I always say 7 years later I was uneducated. We think depression, it's just about putting your big boy pants on and getting past it. Those things lead to death. With addiction, it is not a time of if you're going to die, it's when you're going to die. If you continue using, you are going to die. If you are not healing the trauma that happened, at some point when you're not talking to a therapist, when you're not coming to a place like Sean's house where you're learning coping mechanisms and all the other things they do here, you're going to need to numb all those things that are going on in your head. And you're going to start out small because you think it's not going to happen to me. Everybody who thinks it's not going to happen to them, guess again, it is going to happen. If you had cancer, you would be happy to talk about it. You would put it out there. I have heart disease, I have leukemia. But the minute someone says, I have an addiction or my kid has an addiction, suddenly people are thinking, where did you go wrong? What's wrong with your child? Why didn't you help them? We need to come to places like this where there are resources that are beyond just the average parent. Reach out and get help.
So this is a non-adult area where they feel like this is a safe place for them to maybe just decompress, maybe get peer support, maybe just do their schoolwork in a different environment.
A couple months ago, this space was a outdated teacher center with a lot of unused material, and there was some vision and some excitement around creating this space for students to support our students' needs.
I worked with Justin and Chris when the idea came about, and they had the idea to add a Sean's room in this school, and we had done 2 of the schools already, and 2 of those schools were private schools. And I'm a firm believer that it's not just needed in private schools, but it's needed in all the schools.
I feel like this room would just help everybody who's suffering through these mental challenges to just feel more comfortable and get some coping skills and just feel more relaxed.
When they come here, they're gonna see peers, they're gonna see other students engaging, they're gonna see activities, they're gonna see meetings, and it's gonna be a first-person look on what this room really is and open the full meaning of Sean's room and Sean's house to them.
There are things that are in here that are nicer than I put in my own house. things that are in here that are nicer than my own office, significantly larger than the Sean's room that's at St. Mark's and or Sally's and even the teen warehouse. And we kind of laid this out so that there were 4 or 5 different areas. We started out with a family gathering room, which is what you see behind me. There's a game room. The game room has an air hockey table and a foosball table. We have an exercise room, exercise kind of relax, yoga type area. And the thing that is most important to me is the study room that we have.
There's games for people, there's a whole yoga studio, which I am so excited to utilize, and there's a space to study. It's just something for everyone. So those are the ways we kind of get students in the room. But once you're in the room, you're welcomed into this non-judgmental space where I'm not here to judge you and I'm here to listen to you. Like, we can play a game of Uno and you complain about your classes or you tell me what's going on at home, and like, we connect over that.
It took a lot in me to actually admit that I did not have it all together, and I really actually truly struggled because I had a lot of expectations put on me. So I believe that this room will really, really help. So to have this room, I feel like it's amazing. Like, honestly, it's amazing. Like, I really think a lot of people will benefit from it, and I'm very, very excited.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Who will he grow up to be? Well, that depends on all of us. That's why, along with our groundbreaking medical care, Nemours Children's Health supports programs that address issues like food insecurity and the resources essential to learning. It's all part of creating a healthier future for all children. So, he can grow up to be whoever he wants to be. Nemours Children's Health, well beyond medicine.
Someone who's been a light for me is my mom, because she was able to shine a light on me in a dark time and is able to separate my basketball life from my at-home life, because she's my coach at school.
My mom has been a light in my life, because she sacrificed a lot for me when I was younger, just chasing my dreams to play basketball. That's all she did, and she do everything for me. She's like my best friend. I could talk to her about anything.
Probably my parents. They always tell me the truth. It's not always what I want to hear, but it's always looking out for my best interest and looking out for what is best for me and my teammates.
It's probably my friends. I know they're always there so that I can talk to them and they listen to what I have to say. And they're always reminding me, whatever happens, it's not that big of a deal, and that I'm strong enough to face it.
Me and my friends have been with each other through highs and lows. I can't count the many times that I've cried on their shoulder, they've cried on my shoulder.
Someone has been a light for me is my little brother. Whenever I look at him, I just get a motivation to go harder every time. So a lot of the stuff I do is for him.
Someone that was a light to me is my pop. He my motivation, and he helped me get through everything I do as a black young man.
Someone that's been a light for me has been my therapist. Just throughout my life, she gave me coping skills for whenever I'm feeling anxious or depressed.
Someone who's been a light in my life has been my sister. She's a couple years older than me, and she's just always been there to brighten my day or make me feel better about if I had a bad day or a mistake, and she's just been a light to me.
I say my sister, my little sister, because just knowing I have somebody younger that looks up to me, and when my parents and them get older, I'm gonna have to be that person to step up and provide. And knowing that I can't make a lot of mistakes in her face because she's gonna be following my footsteps.
Light for me in my life is definitely my sister Maggie. I'm always due for a call for her when I need something or when she needs something. So our relationship has been so impactful for me. And when I struggle, I know I can always call her or shoot her a quick text, and I know she'll respond.
so slow.
Good thing we brought Jersey Mike's. Is that Danny DeVito?
Don't worry about me. This is a commercial for Jersey Mike's. And at Jersey Mike's, the subs matter most. Freshly sliced right in front of you. That's what matters here. Almost forgot. I found your ball.
It's a rock.
Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Teachers ignite my curiosity.
I chose St. Mark's.
Because I get to dive into the newest tech that will help me rock the jobs of tomorrow. Because we have over 100 state championships, and this team is working on the next one.
I chose St. Mark's because of the teamwork.
Because here, I'm inspired to lead.
The 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by BPG Sports, High Five Hospitality and Buffalo Wild Wings, iHeartRadio, Kevin and Marion Healy, and Mark and Pat Siegel.
And we welcome you back live here at the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware, the site of the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. We welcome you back into Saturday action. A slate of 6 games. We're into game number 2 at the half between the Kennett Blue Demons and the Archmere Augs. An 18-15 lead for the Delaware team in Archmere over the PA Blue Demons. We welcome you back here courtside. Nick Allison-Drini alongside Declan Landis and a phenomenal crew here in Wilmington all weekend long. We had 3 great games last night. We took that into today where we led off with our 10:24 start time here in special honor of Sean Locke and a Smyrna Eagles able to take advantage and get the win against Howard in game number 1. And now here we are in game number 2. Back and forth we went, Declan, all first half long. It was a fun one between Archmere and the Blue Demons. Some great play on both sides. And what really stood out to you there in the first half?
Yeah, I think the thing that stood out to me most is how evenly matched these two teams are. Archmere, I think, got up to as much as a 6-point lead before Kennett hit a big 3, kept battling back. But these are two teams that are not letting anyone get to their shots, and it's been big so far. This second half is going to be even more important.
Yeah, the Archmere Augs getting a lot of contributions on their roster from Bridget Malloy alongside Mungin. So it was Anaya Mungin and Bridget Malloy. They combined for 10 points in that first half, 5 apiece, and then you just saw Lakeith Frazier and company really go to work there for the Blue Demons. She had about 3 field goals, including one from beyond the arc, 7 for Frazier. As you see Mungin get inside, that was a big-time bucket for Archmere, and they exchanged, as we mentioned, Declan, in that first half. So it's going to be a fun second half here at the Chase Fieldhouse between these two teams. I have a feeling it's going to be a good fourth quarter.
Yeah, that Emily Mayo 3 you saw in the highlights from the corner that really set Archmere off on that run that gave them that 18-15 lead. This is really anybody's ball game, and I think that's what is so important about today, or so fun about today, is getting to see some great basketball while raising money for such an important cause like we talked about throughout this broadcast.
My guy right here, Joe Richmond, ambassador for the Delaware Blue Codes, coming and paying us a visit. What a guy, Mr. Richmond here. Love seeing him. He's making sure we're taking care of his house here at the field house. Oh, man, always great to see Joe. What a phenomenal guy he is here in the community. as well. So shout out to Mr. Joe Richmond. We are back here underway, Declan, with the SL24, the 7th annual, and we are into second half action between these two teams. It's been a fun one. Malloy, quick trigger from the corner to get started. Too strong, rebound to Lockie Frazier. And we talked about the highlights, Declan, in the first half. The highlight for me might have been the pants of head coach John McMenamin.
Yeah.
They're over there for the Kennett Blue Demons.
They're impressive. I quite frankly, I don't know where you get them, but I would love to know. You know, I think, as a Temple alum, I could get some in some cherry and white, rock those.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, just a thought. It's definitely bold, just like his team's been playing so far. I love it personally.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to every year. I saw him as soon as he walked in. The memories came back. I was like, hey, where those last year? He's hearing those every year.
I love it.
And again, we mentioned Archmere, a 3-point lead as we begin the second half here at the field house. There is Mungeon, 5 first half points for her. Instead, she'll get called for the double dribble, or a jump ball, and then possession arrow is going to give it to the Blue Demons.
And we talked about it a little bit in the first half, but Archmere at one point this season had a 6-game losing streak. They've really battled back here today. They're trying to make that statement, like we talked about, to the rest of the state. As we approach playoffs, as we approach championship season, this is a huge game for them, and they've played like it so far, especially on the defensive end.
Frazier looking for her second 3 of the ball game. Too strong as the Blue Demons go into the inside-out game. They fed the senior captain, Bianca Comanda, and then she hit Frazier for the open 3. Shot, though, wouldn't go. And now ball to Archmere here a minute into the third. And again, we're here all to honor here Sean Locke in his memory, his legacy, and of course, everyone struggling with mental health and trying to bring that awareness, which the SL24 has done so much since its inception 6-7 years ago. That miss trying to be put back by Benson, no good. Still Auks possession under the basket, going up strong, but better defense by Frazier. And now it's the Blue Demons with possession out of the pack.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot today, but destigmatizing is probably the word of the day. What we've been able to do, what this foundation has been able to do in the 7+ years that it's been running is remarkable, and how they've been able to foster these open conversations about mental health through sports and to protect athletes. That's a great steal and take there for Archmere. But it's just been so important with the work that this foundation has done.
Could not have said it better myself there. And there's Anaya Mungeon, and she has been all over the floor. She's somebody that goes 110% all the time, and you can see her making her impact felt. 5 points, tied for a team high for the Auks, and now a chance to add on at the free throw line.
Yeah, she's a big reason that they're on top right now. The defense that she's brought to the backcourt, it's stifled Kennett in their half court. So as she knocks down the first free throw.
Anaya Mungeon, just a 9th grader. She is the first 9th grader to start every game for Archmere since 2017. Comes in averaging 7 points per game, 2.1 steals, as we mentioned, very effective on the defensive side as well. Free throw up and through. Mungeon off to a great start today. And now a 5-point lead for the Auks. Again, they have coming into this one 5-7, but 4 of their losses have come to some of the best girls teams in Delaware, and Ursuline, Caravel, DMA, and Howard. And then those other 3 losses, all to tough out-of-state teams like the team they got today. What a block inside, but a second chance now for the Blue Demons. Leads to an open 3 off the rim for Ellie Harper. Another chance and then stolen away by the Auks.
Hey, they're still top 15 in the state for a reason, despite those losses, as you see the foul up top. But now they're starting to get a little rhythm. They're starting to get a little more confidence. Let's see if this third quarter will be big for them and swing the momentum of this ballgame.
And again, we'll see if maybe the Kennett Blue Demons also can find their rhythm offensively. A little off their game here so far early on. Malloy stops on a dime, turns, shorted though the jump shot. Would have been a tough one. And now ball's loose. It's going to be another opportunity for Archmere. Mid-range goes. It's Rita Hartman, the senior.
It's the second chance opportunities. Archmere's been able to create those throughout the game. And to your point, Kennett's been playing some great defense, but their shots just haven't fallen, especially in the first half. They've had looks, and they're about to get one here.
Frazier wants another 3. Strong off the front end of the iron. Commando with another rebound, though. The captain gives the Blue Demons another chance.
And this will be a big possession. Can they put an end to this Archmere run?
That one almost intercepted, coming right for us. And a great job by Quinn Simmons, the captain, to save us from harm's way.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was getting nervous.
I think last year was the year I had a drink over here and it got taken off the table.
I believe that was pregame, or was that?
I think it might have been pregame. A good call there.
Either way, not great.
That's why you do pregame, right? That's why you go through the motions,
Absolutely.
get everything ready.
Get warmed up.
Get warmed up.
I don't think anybody wanted to see my jumper today, but if I had the ball in my hands,
I
gotta
do.
let it fly.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, just waiting for a little break in the action. We'll get out there.
You got to get Barnett back.
That's right. 4:42 to go here in the third. 22-15 lead for Archmere. Intercepted under the basket by guess who? There's Anaya Mungeon.
Just intercepting passes in the lane. Fantastic defense by Mungeon. She's been reading passes all day long.
It's like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson picking off passes in the secondary. As that one this time intercepted by Ellie Harper.
And speaking of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, we have the jersey of his teammate.
Yes, we do. His big Pro Bowl teammate, number 98, Jalen Carter, a future Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. So now's the time to get the jersey before the prices skyrocket in the foreseeable future. Maybe even after he brings home that Super Bowl MVP next Sunday. So who knows? But that Jalen Carter jersey is at the auction, as well as over 80 items. And you can view that online auction page at givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. Again, givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. We've got the Jalen Carter Eagles jersey, 100 level sideline tickets to Villanova men's basketball home game, Capers and Lemons gift basket with a $500 Platinum Dining Group gift card, a Road Trip Explorer basket with tickets to 6 different museums. Declan, can I interest you in a museum trip?
Always, always. I love museums.
I'm telling you.
Anytime I get a chance to learn for free,
there
I
you
would love
go.
it.
As you should. Soak up all that information. 8 elite island vacation packages from around the Caribbean. And then packages and swag bags from many Delaware high schools, and also including colleges in the University of Delaware. And again, you can check out all of that, over 80 items, at givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7.
And we've talked a lot about the islands and the jersey, which for good reason, but those 2 100-level sideline tickets for Villanova game, Villanova playing some fantastic basketball right now.
Yes, they are.
Eric Dixon, obviously, the best scorer in the country statistically.
That's crazy, right? Think about it a couple years ago, and he's just, wow.
Yeah,
he's become quite the player there. And, Declan, a little trivia answer for you today is,
oh boy,
I was in the crowd when Chris Jenkins hit the buzzer beater in 2016.
Really?
In Houston, as we have a turnover here in half court. I remember that celebration.
Oh,
wow.
How could you not? Yeah.
What a game that was. And again, Villanova, one of the premier programs over the years in the country. So you can check on that at the auction site as well.
And again, all for a good cause, too.
Mungeon to the basket, too strong. Frazier with a big rebound. And poked away by Mungeon, who again is right on her defender. It seems like throughout the ball game. 3:17 to go, still 22-15 as Kennett still trying to find that rhythm here offensively, trying to get back into this one. Both teams, though, having a trouble getting into the flow of the offense, but both teams very active on defense.
Yeah, it's going to come down to if Kennett's shots can start falling, because they are getting looks and getting opportunities, but they just haven't really made shots as much. Whereas Archmere's been able to create a little more.
That's true. Good point there, Declan. Frazier an inbound. She'll get it into the backcourt here to Ellie Harper. And again, if you're tuning in, Mungeon pokes it away. It's going to be a foul on Harper, but probably a good foul. Might have been 2 going the other direction.
It definitely would have been. And again, Mungeon all over the ball.
I think
great defense.
I think she's over her 2-steal average coming into the game.
She just might be.
She's been phenomenal.
She's been very impressive, especially with Malloy struggling a little bit from the field.
Look at Mungeon in those Kobe 5 gold medals. Gotta like the shoe game there. I respect that. Malloy off the screen. Mid-range jumper drops for Bridget Malloy. Her first bucket of half number 2.
Yeah, right on cue. Finds the look. Clean shot. Goes in and extends that Hawks lead to 9.
Mungeon, steal number infinity, taking it the other direction. Mungeon off the glass, draws the foul. And she'll have a chance to head to the free throw line. And I believe Coach McMenamin wants a timeout.
It's just there's no way to adjust to that. I mean, great defense by Mayo as well, causing the loose ball. Mungeon picks it up right to the basket, draw that foul. And Archmere, all of a sudden, this is their ball game.
Timeout on the floor. We'll stay right here. Coach McMenamin want to talk some things over with his squad. Mungeon will be at the free throw line with the two teams retake the floor. We're here at 2:31 to go in quarter number 3. 24-15 in favor of Archmere over Kennett. In our second game on the Saturday slate of the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. Again, thanks for tuning in. Nick Allison journey alongside Declan Landis, a phenomenal crew here at the Fieldhouse for a phenomenal weekend of basketball. But we are here for something that is bigger than just the sport. We are here to honor Sean Locke, you know, a great friend, a great family member, just an all-around one of the best people that I've ever had the chance to know. Again, I told a story during the last broadcast about I was homeschooled in 8th grade. Me and my friend Steven, we ended up going to St. Mark's. Didn't know anybody really, and Sean was the first person when we got there, not even for class. It was a student council, like, entry thing, and he kind of was the first person to greet us, say hello, become our friends, basically, and it was a friendship that I, again, treasured for a long time. So, again, Sean, we miss you, and just a phenomenal human being.
Yeah, it's hard not to feel his presence at events like this where you see everybody coming together for something bigger than themselves, you know, coming together as a community, being there for each other. That's what Sean would have done. You know, Sean was always there for the people in his life, and as we take you through some of his highlights from his Delaware days and, you know, as a young kid being able to see him on a national stage, right? Wow. Winning the now Coastal Athletic Association championship and going to March Madness, and then, you know, him giving back his time at Mount Aviat Academy, basketball summer camps.
That's right, Mount Aviat. I remember him talking about Mount Aviat coming into at St. Mark's. I said, Mount Aviat? I never even heard of Mount Aviat.
Hey, you know, it's quite the community. You know, I went there for 10 years of my life. And, you know, my mom teaches there. All of my siblings went there. We've had ties there for 20+ years, and with the Oblate sisters, and you know, you felt that, you know, Sean, you felt that background in Sean and how he was able to love so many people, and how so many people loved him. I mean, you would just talk to him for like a second,
crazy,
and your day would be made.
I mean, anybody. He could have been anybody. I mean, would talk to anybody, could have a great conversation with anybody, was a friend to everyone,
and he would. By the way,
not one person. I can't think of any type of scenario ever where, you know, he had any conflict with anybody. You know, everybody loved him. There was no reason to ever have any conflict with Sean. There was just not possible.
Yes, and he just cared so much, not only about basketball, about, you know, his teammates, but about everyone he ever met. Everybody in his life knew how much he cared about them, and it just, you know, it breaks my heart that he's not here with us, but it is great that we're able to do this in his memory and be able to help the next generation of not just athletes, but people growing up in Delaware, in the country, in the world, and help them know that they are not alone, no matter what they may be going through.
Again, if Sean wasn't the person he was, as we have this taken the other way, put back for Benson, no good, third chance. Now trying to go up with it was Benson, and now a tie-up. And we'll see which way the possession arrow is going to go this time. It's going to stay with Archmere. But going back to what you said, Declan, again, if Sean wasn't the guy he was and not treasured and loved by all, then it wouldn't be what it is now, right? The SL24 and everything wouldn't be to the point where it is. Because, again, everybody just has cared so much for Sean. And, again, all this work put in to honor him.
It was interesting. Something that Ava Crissard, who we had on in the second quarter, said about, you know, people not necessarily knowing Sean, you know, in the generations that are coming up now, but hearing his story and feeling his impact beyond, you know, even knowing him while he was here with us. It brings tears to my eyes, you know, that we are able to do this in his memory is so special. And, you know, the people that make it possible, whether it's Chris Locke, the Locke family, having that strength, as you see, hard foul under the basket, but a good take there for the Auks. You know, you think of Chris Locke, you think of the Locke family, the strength that they had to put this together initially, and then everybody that's, you know, committed, whether money, time, presence, just being here, it's so special. And to hear the number 7 before the annual classic, it's unbelievable. You know, we were reflecting on the first year and being here in the first year, and to think that was so many years ago it's surreal.
It really does. Seems like yesterday. I know we mentioned that as the free throw off the mark rebound to Lockie Frazier. As we tick under a minute to go here in the third, Frazier open, straightaway three off the mark. Out of bounds, it'll be last touched by Archmere as Mungeon tried to track it down. Clock stopped with 51 seconds. Archmere now looking at that 12-point lead.
And it's just been through defense. And I don't believe Kennett has scored, actually, in this quarter.
Looking to get it one there. Commanda couldn't finish. You're right about that, Declan. Archmere tightening things up here defensively in the third quarter. There's DeLuca, and she's going to get called for the double dribble on the baseline. So with 37.7, Blue Demons will get possession back. And again, if you're looking for ways to donate, if you're unable to get here today, tickets just $15 for adults, $10 for students. But if you can't get here, make your donation that way to check out some great basketball. You can scan that QR code on your screen right there. That'll take you to where you need to be to make an impact. Also, you can visit givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. That's also on your screen there as well. Scan that QR code, head over to the website, or you can also head over to unlockthelight.com/donate. And if you're on your phone listening right now, that three is up and short off the mark for Sophia Hoffman. Then you can just text Classic 7 to 53555. So many ways to donate, so many ways to make your impact. So let's get to it, everybody. We need to raise over $600,000 here in year number 7. We've gone up every year from the first year on, and last year we raised over $600,000. The 5th year we raised over $525,000. Declan, an accumulation of over $2.2 million. And like I said, this year we've got a challenge. We've got to get back over that number, everybody, so donate all day long. At the buzzer, finished off. They're going to count it for the captain, Quinn Simmons, and maybe that'll get the Blue Demons going. They'll cut the lead back to 10 as the Hawks going to lead Kennett 27-17 as we head to the fourth quarter coming up here at the SL24 Basketball Classic.
Brutal. So slow. Good thing we brought Jersey Mike's. Is that Danny DeVito?
Don't worry about me. This is a commercial for Jersey Mike's. And at Jersey Mike's, the subs matter most. Freshly sliced right in front of you. That's what matters here. Almost forgot. I found your ball.
It's a rock.
Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by Marticelli Restaurant Group, Matt Haley Trust, Nemours, TKO Hospitality, and by Warren & Taylor.
And welcome back courtside here. You see Coach Dan Pisani with some of the youngsters checking out some of the basketball action. Great crowd here already in our game number 2 of our Saturday slate at the 7th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. We welcome you back to the Chase Fieldhouse here in Wilmington, the home of your 2023 G League champion, Delaware Blue Coats. Nick Allison journey alongside Declan Landis, and we're here for the fourth quarter. Declan, Archmere and Kennett, the Hawks and the Blue Demons, 27-17 as we begin action. As that three off the mark for Simmons. And the rebound hauled in by the Hawks. Archmere's looked good here, Declan, so the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, that third quarter was almost literally all Archmere. Kennett scored right as the buzzer sounded, but the Hawks have really tightened up on defense and created opportunities on offense, but most importantly, they've stifled Kennett. They've made it uncomfortable for the Blue Demons, but that layup right at the buzzer from the captain, as you mentioned, might have given them a little momentum. We'll see how it plays out here with 8 minutes to go.
Malloy gets it back off the inbound, but also got an extra step in. So a turnover on the inbound for Archmere. On a day, again, that we are focused on something even bigger than the games here of basketball that we are here broadcasting. It is all in memory of Sean Locke and the SL24 and trying to raise mental health awareness. And again, accepting donations for that cause as we have a travel and a turnover.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about the money raised through the tournament, and you may be asking, what does that go toward? Well, since Sean's House opened, October 1st, 2020, which is crazy. We're coming up almost on the 5-year anniversary. That's insane to me. But since Sean's House opened its doors to the public, 33,000 visitors came through that door. 70,000 plus people have been educated by SL24 programs, as you've seen that shot drop. 4,400 sessions with Pier 24 support specialists and 270 plus specialists trained to support others, which is so big, continuing that help beyond when it first started. And then, of course, 138 as that 3 goes in. 138 active crises served.
I mean, it just goes to show you, right, that you mentioned how many people just in the door at Sean's House, and that just shows you how much it was needed, right? Absolutely. It was something that was not there before, as we have a timeout on the floor, and you'll see the replay. Check out Lockheed Frazier. They gave her some time. She lined it up and buried the triple.
A big 3-2 to bring it within double digits.
And she's been their leading scorer. Her second field goal from beyond the arc today. She's got 10 points. She's into double figures now. And as Declan said, we've got ourselves a 9-point ball game. And under double digits for the first time in some time for the Blue Demons. Still 6:40 to go here in this one in game number 2 of our 6-game Saturday slate.
Yeah, but to your point earlier, what we were talking about, 33,000 people through the door. I was one of those people back in my senior year of high school, and just to feel the love and support the second you walk through that door, right? It's just unbelievable. And you know, no matter how you're feeling, you're going to feel good to see that people care about you no matter what you're going through. And that's what Sean's House offers. I mean, that's what Sean's actual house was. I mean, it's the same building, right? So that's what Sean's House was when he was at the University of Delaware, that he was that person for people oftentimes who, you know, he was just a friendly face, somebody that they could come hang out with and have fun no matter what they were going through in college, whether they were playing or having a rough day at practice, or they were having a rough day in classes, needed a break from studying, something like that. Is you get to see a little bit of the house. There's the outside, and it's just become such a welcoming space for people beyond, you know, what it was initially. And now, you know, you can have meals with your friends, you can unwind like we heard, you can check out the library. It's just, it's a space for people to go and to feel loved, you know, and that's just such an important thing.
And we got to experience, you know, you did firsthand, Declan, then we got a chance to talk to Ava and Allie already here today, and they both talked about their impact and the impact that it's had on them. Again, just not a lot of options, you know, throughout time dealing with mental health, and a topic that was so important that was finally brought to the forefront, of course, with the help of the SL24 and Sean's House. So many people thankful for the strides that they have made and being that outlet here in the state of Delaware and beyond, as Munjan gets inside, has it sent out of play. And again, don't forget, online auction is live. You can donate. That is live. And again, we're looking to raise over $600,000 here in year number 7. And there are many ways to do it. The virtual auction is live. That shot is up and through. Rita Hartman, she's got a few field goals today. Add another to her score sheet. And again, virtual auction at givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. Jalen Carter signed jerseys. Trips 7-night vacation in Antigua. That is real. You were reading that on the screen correctly. That is not an error. That is up there for bidding.
A whole week?
That's a whole week.
A whole week.
Put in your paid time off. You're heading on vacation.
Oh, man.
8 elite island vacation packages from all around the Caribbean. Man, I'll tell you what. You should head on over to givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7 and get those bids in now. Again, final day today of the SL24. A foul here on Munjan, as hitting the deck that time was Ellie Harper.
Could be an important stop, though, there for the Blue Demons. Let's see what they do with this possession, because now it's a 13-point lead for the Hawks. They need to try and get some points on the board and just keep pulling a little closer. They're not out of this game.
So a lot of time left. Gonna need some buckets, though, and not a tough turnover on that side for the Blue Demons. Now some subs for both teams. Elizabeth DeLuca back into the game for the Archmere Hawks. And then coming in for the Kennett Blue Demons, I believe number 15, Ariana Peterson. Approaching 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Munjan right to the basket. Nobody stopped her, missed. DeLuca, though, with the rebound. DeLuca trying to find Malloy. Malloy gets around one defender, floats it up with the right hand, and it rolls around and through.
And Malloy, by her standards, has been kind of quiet today. I mean, she does have 11 points, which is crazy to say, but, you know, the fact that she's been able to put some points on the board in the fourth quarter is big for this Auks team, especially as they continue with the rest of their season. They're going to need to put together a lot of wins before the playoffs start, and this is a good way to do it.
Coach Pisani calling Malloy one of the best players in the state. Well, one of the best players on the floor today is #1 in white, and that is Lockie Frazier, her third triple today. As Malloy trying to answer back down the lane, too strong. Second chance for the Auks on the offensive rebound from DeLuca. Mungeon, high, arcing floater. DeLuca, another offensive rebound. Malloy with a third chance, and there's a lid on top of the hoop down there. And then Coach Pisani going to call a timeout. Going to want to talk it over. Good timeout by Coach for Archmere as they're going to settle things down. We'll stay right here as the two teams head to the huddle. As you check out, how about this offensive work here from the Archmere Auks?
And great rebounds, but I do think this was an important timeout. Like you said, Nick, slow everything down. You've got a big lead. It feels like they were kind of forcing on that possession. You know, there was the floater, and, you know, they weren't really creating for themselves. It's like we were talking about in the last game. You got to find the better opportunity. Make sure you've got more of an open shot. Give yourself a high percentage opportunity to extend your lead rather than forcing up shots and having to offensive rebound.
So approaching the halfway point of the fourth quarter, just a 12-point deficit for the Blue Demons. But as Declan mentioned back in the third, not a lot of scoring for Kennett in the second half, as both teams were scoring it early, and Archmere now looking at a double-digit 12-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Bridget gaining some college interest, according to Coach Pisani. Again, had 31 points, was her career high, 19 in a game against Ursuline overall earlier this year. And a quick trigger on the inbound, no good. Another tie-up here. And possession arrow going to stay down that end of the floor.
And it was a good look, just a missed opportunity there for the Auks. But Kennett needs a stop here.
Under 4 to go here at the Fieldhouse. And you can see Archmere being patient here offensively. Malloy, they let her shoot one. She'll step in. And no good. Strong rebound to Ariana Peterson. And now the Blue Demons got to go. Harper almost lost it. Frazier calling for it. She'll get it back. Frazier through 2 defenders and fouled on the way up. So Lockie Frazier kind of taking the offense on her own shoulders here in the second half. She'll head to the free throw line, a chance to add on to her totals. Got 13 to my knowledge, a chance for a few more. And we've got our Lockie Frazier info page here in front of us, courtesy of Coach John McMenon. And Lockie been playing basketball since she was 8 years old. And her favorite fruit, Declan, burritos. You a big burrito guy?
Hey, I will never hate on a burrito. That's a great pick. Underrated, I would say.
Favorite sports team, the Gino Auriemma-led UConn Huskies.
Can't be mad at that.
Secret talent, good at gymnastics. There you go. So 2-sport athlete there. And
That's
her
impressive.
game day rituals, she goes to the gym an hour before to get prepared for the games. And her low-key other talent is she can play guitar.
That's awesome.
So how about that?
I could never do that.
Yeah, for Lockie Frazier, I can't. She's a jack of many trades there.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of talents. And she has really been the heart and soul of this Kennett team today.
Lead still at 12 after the missed free throws there by Frazier, but an offensive rebound gives the Blue Demons another chance. Here she is. Frazier splitting the defense, another foul, this one against Malloy, so she'll head right back to that charity strike.
And I love the aggressiveness there. If it's not working from beyond the arc, go to the line. You know, really attack the Auks. Make them stop you. They haven't been able to so far, and she's gotten opportunities from the stripe.
So right back there now is Frazier. And the first free throw just a little strong. Free throw has been a struggle for both teams here throughout.
Absolutely.
And you can, you know, they're in a new area, a new depth perception, right, with these new rims.
It's a big stage. This is a professional stage.
Absolutely here with them, obviously not from the ceiling. Different vantage points here at the Fieldhouse than what these two teams are used to at Archmere, and I'm sure at Kennett. It's a bigger court as well. Yep. One free throw there, so lead back to 11 as we approach 3 minutes. Malloy trying to get that back, and she does it from just outside the free throw line. Bridget Malloy knocks it down to gain that point back plus another. And then the turnover on the other end, and Archmere again trying to put themselves firmly in control down the stretch. And again, don't forget with just 3 minutes left to go as that one's too strong off the glass. Rebound battled for and taken by Commanda here for the moment. Saved into the hands now of Simmons, who races down the far sideline. Simmons right to the basket, too short. Offensive rebound to Ariana Peterson. And then Peterson is tied up on the rebound. Archmere will take over possession with the possession arrow.
Kennett refusing to quit. Still a lot of fight left in this Blue Demons team, but unfortunately not a lot of time left to fight.
That's true, but again, there's enough time to tell you about the online auction that is underway at givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. All donations, all auctions, merchandise, ticket sales, it all goes directly to help support and fund Sean's House and the SL24 Foundation. Just scan that QR code on your screen right there. That'll take you right to the donation page. You can make your impact right there. Just scan that QR code, or you can visit givebutter.com/SL24 Classic 7. Another way, and then even easier if you got your cell phone on you, just text Classic 7, that's CLASSIC 7 to 53555. And don't forget, again, Declan mentioned earlier, if you're in the area, you want to come check out some great basketball. $15 for adults, $10 for students. Again, all for a great cause. And it's going to be a great day of basketball. That three off the mark. Frazier, offensive rebound, put back, won't go. Out of bounds, last touched by Kennett with 1:55 to go and a 13-point lead for Archmere.
Yeah, like you said, even if you can't make it to the building, stay with us on the stream. We've got a lot of great guests coming on throughout the rest of the games. You're going to have Mike Corey on the call, which is incredible.
That's right. Hanging out right behind us right now, gearing up.
Got up at 4 a.m. this morning. He's a better person than I am.
From the A10 all the way here to some DIAA action.
Absolutely.
And again, remember, just get involved any way you can. If you want to use the chat here on the page, you can go to YouTube, Facebook. You can message SL24, message Sean's House. They are always readily available if you need them. And again, the SL24's mission is to educate, assist, and create a safe haven where high school and college students can seek professional help and speak to peers about their struggles. And with all your help and support, we can continue to help remove the stigma of depression and make available the resources to get those the help they need. And again, the funds raised from this year's will allow the foundation to keep providing services and developing Sean's House, including that Pier 24 program and Sean's Room, located at St. Mark's High School and Salesianum, and then the Warehouse in Wilmington and at St. George's High School. And I can only imagine, Declan, that that's going to grow, right? We're going to see them at more and more high schools. We're going to see Sean's Room at different places. And again, already at a phenomenal foundation here.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the fact that it's been able to happen, right? And high schools are seeing the importance of creating these safe spaces for students. I mean, it's completely, you know, thanks to foundations like this and the conversations that Unlock the Light has been able to have with students and fostered within these schools. It's so important. And to see my alma mater have a room like that is a wonderful thing. I got to visit the Salesianum edition, and, you know, it made me emotional because, you know, we didn't have spaces like that. I mean, we did in a sense, but to have a dedicated space for mental health and mental health awareness is just so incredible.
Yeah, something I didn't have as well during my tenure in high school or college. Just goes to show you how important and the strides that have been made, again, not only here in the state of Delaware, but beyond for the SL24. We tick under a minute to go here in the fourth. Game number 2 on our Saturday slate. Again, don't forget, coming up in a little bit, it'll be St. George's and Polytech boys, followed by Ursuline and Baltimore Polytech girls. And then your 6 o'clock game, Odessa and Middletown. That's a nice little rivalry game from two teams very close together down in that Middletown area. And then taking us home at 8 o'clock p.m., Sally's and Sanford, two of the most successful programs here in the last few years. Sanford, your #1 team in the state. Sally's coming off of 3 championship appearances and a state title in there as well for Coach Trevison. So going to be a fun rest of the way here with Mike Corey and company to bring you the action. At 3 there, too strong, rebounded to the Archmere Hawks. And Archmere going to be able to dribble this one out. Their lead 37-24. And how about Archmere coming here to the SL24 and getting back on track? A big win for them. And a tough one for Kennett. But a great overall game here today, Declan. A great series of games for us. It was a thrill to be back here with you for another year.
Yes,
An honor and a privilege just to be a part of this event. It is so important. And again, just want to remind everyone out there, donate, bid on the auctions, come to the games, get tickets. Any way you can help, it goes such a long way and is for such a great cause.
Absolutely, and we're so blessed to be here for another year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please continue to donate if you can, and stick around for the rest of the games.
Again, a phenomenal crew here at the Fieldhouse. A special thanks to everybody involved, for Declan and myself. That'll do it for game number 2 as Archmere gets a 37-24 victory. We'll be back with the rest of the slate here in just a little bit.